Welcome back to another Jason Chan podcast. My name is Jason Chan. No, unfortunately, it's not a podcast. This is also not a blended tutorial. I am back in South Africa right now, back at home, back where it all started. And I am going to talk about my life back in the Netherlands for 4.5 years. So I was very fortunate enough to join Sony PlayStation Guerilla Games back in 2021 as a regular character artist. And I was working there for 3 years. Very, very amazing 3 years. I had a lot of fun at the company, made a lot of friends. We still talk to this day, we still play games. You know, it's just great time. When I was working for Sony PlayStation, I was working on a different project. We're not going to talk about that. But yeah, and after the 3 years, they just suddenly did a mass layoff of 1,000 people around the world. And in Guerilla Games, 400 people, right? 40 people were laid off, so basically 10%. I was one of the affected. It's quite unfortunate, I know that. It was mainly because I was the only expat in the character artist team. I was very depressed after getting laid off. For the next 3 months, I was desperate to look for a job, because if I couldn't find a job, I would be kicked out of the country or stay in the country and become an illegal alien. And very fortunate, my friend, she told me about this new gaming company that was far away. I applied, and next thing you know, I did an art test for them and I joined the company. It's in The Hague. It's also in the Netherlands, but I really got tired working for them for the next 1.5 years. Reason why, it was very, very far away. I was living in Almere. The company was in The Hague, close to the sea. And do bear in mind that I cannot work from home and I had to be in office every single day. I would wake up at 7 o'clock, be back home at 7 o'clock. And so I had to travel almost 3 hours a day just to get from home to work and then back home. And so that wasn't really helpful for me mentally and physically. Moving closer wasn't an option because finding a house was like a battle royale. I had to wait in line with 50 people for a 30 square meter apartment. I also had a major disadvantage because I wasn't a local Dutch speaker. Good thing I only had to speak English in the company. We were around 20 people and growing, and the characters were easy for me to make. Every 6 months, they would have a batch of interns that would come to the office, and it was great to mentor some of them and show them how to improve their art. But ultimately, I had to leave the company and the country because my contract ended. So I was ultimately let go again. And I couldn't just jump to a different company in the Netherlands because none of them wanted to sponsor me a visa. Even though it was expensive to live in the country, I still had a great time. I met so many people. I went to so many expos around, the world. Germany, I went to Dokumi 2 times at the BlenderCon. And I also went to the Dutch Comic Con in the Netherlands. I met so many people. As you can see, all the art behind me are from my fellow artists and friends. I also went to Lightbox Expo in LA back in 2024. That was also fantastic. I met so many like-minded people there. So many art heroes that I have looked up to during my school years. It was really nice to see them finally. And they really motivated me to continue working on art because it's really a tough time right now. You need that motivation to keep moving forwards. But yeah, I'm back home right now, back with family and friends. It's really nice to just sleep more, enjoy the sun, no more daylight saving. And yeah, I'm just trying to build myself back up and improve my portfolio. Thank you very much for leaving so many liked comments in the previous video. I really appreciate it and hope to see you next time in the future. This has been me. This is just a small life update. I do hope that you stay motivated and push yourself because art is what makes life worth living for. Stay safe, stay creative, my friends, and see you next time. Bye.